Okay, I am going to create a simple shape character. And if you've looked at the other videos, I've done this in Adobe Illustrator, which would be my preferred method. But sometimes we don't have access to those tools. We're using a Chromebook or we need something free. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in Gravit, which it can be at Gravit.io, Gravit.io, or you can see up at the URL here at the top, designer.io. So I'm going to click Start Now. Now there is a lot of ads in this, so just be aware. You'll be clicking close on those ads all the time. I'm going to start now. See? Oh, thank you for choosing. Oh, it's going to make me log in. Hold on one moment. Let me log in. Okay, I've logged in with my email address. We're going to do the Get Started for free, to do the free version. All right, so all these wonderful things popping up. Right here, I'm going to choose my size. I'm going to do the US letter. That's just kind of my go-to default. Now, this is vector graphics. And like all vector graphics, it works on paths and points. That's what we're going to be using. It has a lot of the same tools as Illustrator. So we'll jump right in. We're going to make a character, right? So I'm going to start with an ellipse. I've gone up here to the Shape tool and pulled down in the menu to find an ellipse. And I'm going to drag it out, and you'll see that right now I can manipulate it all I want. I'm going to hold down the Shift key to make it a perfect circle. And you'll see it's already filled in. I'm going to go ahead and click over here and take that fill out. I just turned it off. But I am going to add a stroke around it. There we go. It's borders, fills, borders are strokes. So there we go. Now I want to manipulate the individual anchor points on here. I have a subselect tool. See, it starts out on your pointer, which is your selection tool in Illustrator, and then we go subselect. But when I do that, it still doesn't let me really select individual anchor points yet. It's a little different than Illustrator here. I have to go to Modify, Path, and Convert to Path. Now I have anchor points with handlebars. It's an extra step that you don't have to do in Illustrator, but you do need to do in Gravit. You see, if you've ever worked in Illustrator, these handlebars, they're joined. If I want to break them, let's see. Let me convert them. Sorry about that pause there. Had a little interruption. All right, so if I want to convert them, click on the anchor point, and then come over here and you see where it says joint. And it has straight, mirrored, disconnected, asymmetric. I'll save manually. I'll live dangerously. I'm going to go ahead and choose disconnected. So now I've broken those handlebars. I can change the shape how I want. I can pull this one down some. And change it the same way. Oh, no, they're still connected. No, we're mirrored. Oh, that's that's not what we want to do. Control Z. Let's go ahead and round it out a little bit. And a lot of this is experimentation, getting the look that you like, till it's where you want it. He's got a little bit of a lopsided head going on there. Let's fix him. Alright, so, oh, very lopsided head. Wow. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay, let's fix him. Poor guy. What did you do? I'm just a character. We'll fix it later. Alright, so let's make some eyes. I'm going to grab my ellipse tool again, and I'm going to go ahead and make this part. I can go ahead and change the fill color if I want to, or I can do it later. I'm going to go ahead and, for the sake of time, change it to white and add a border. And then I'm going to grab the ellipse again and make another one inside of here. And this one, I'm going to change to black. It's not quite the right size, so let's make it a bit how we want it. About like that? Yeah. Now let's make a little highlight. And it will be white. Now we want to select all of that. Hold down Shift while we click on each one. And then we're going to group those together with Control G. Now I'm going to copy them. We hold down Alt and then click and drag. We can make an exact copy. Now let's make a nose with our triangle. Unlike Illustrator, Gravit actually has a triangle tool. It's like they think they know, you know. We really want to use triangles. Now let me zoom in here, because I struggle to see. There we go. We'll make it a little larger. And let me grab that sub-select tool. Look at that. It'll let us go in and kind of alter this a little bit. Now let me change each of these. We're not a path yet, so let's go ahead and go Modify, Convert to Path. Now I can change each of these to a nice curve, so they're not. That is not what I had in mind. Let's go back. If it doesn't turn out like you want, that's okay. Let's go ahead and modify now. Path. Convert to path. And let's see if we do that. Yep, definitely not what we want. Let's try modifying the corners. That takes a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, that's really rounded. So let's modify this with 1. Nope, 1 is way too much. I'm going to go ahead and just disconnect them and round it out a little bit. So it's extra points that are killing me. Tell you what, sometimes let's just get rid of the triangle and start over. Sometimes it doesn't do what you want. And that's the danger with doing a lot of different software, is things don't always go how you want. Different skills used for different ones. Modify, path, convert to path. Let's see if this is better this time. Where's our sub-select tool? Yeah, it's those extra points are killing me. So let's go ahead and delete him. And we're going to use the pen tool. I'm just picking it up right here. And I'm going to click, 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 click. Right there. Now when I go to my sub-select tool, I only have the 3 points I want. That is still a really big rounded nose. There we go. Same thing here. Whoosh. Bring those in. Let's make a match now. They don't exactly match. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, no, let's undo that one. A little different. And a lot of this is playing until you get what you want. This is a quick one, obviously. I'm going to line him up with the center here. I've selected this one. I'm going to hold down Shift and select the nose. And then I'm going to use this align center. That isn't really align center. Let's Control Z. Yeah, it feels a little off to me. Because my nose is a little lopsided, so we'll arrow it over. Alright, let's grab that pen tool again. And we're going to pull out, I'm going to click once. Yes, I'm clicking under my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to click and hold and drag to drag out a curve here. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my sub-select tool because I'm not really liking exactly where that went. Straight and curve out. Yeah. To get that piece. Now I'm going to, oops, I added another one. I didn't want to add another one. I'll grab my pointer. I'm going to hold Alt, click and drag, and now I'm going to modify this by transforming it and flipping it horizontal so that it mirrors what I've got. I'm going to drag it over and line it up. Now let's pull our nose in front. I'm going to go ahead and pick a fill color for the nose. Let's go very light pink. And we're going to right click, arrange, and bring to front. So it's in front of that little mouth there. Now we need some ears. I'm going to go ahead and flatten this out a little bit for ears. So let's go ahead and grab an ellipse and drag it so it looks like what we want. That's a little too rounded. For ears. I am not digging that at all. It doesn't really fit with the shape of his head. Again, every time I do it, it comes out different. Imagine how awesome it would be if I had a plan to start with. So let's put that over there. Right about there. We'll see where it comes up. It's this curve that's bothering me right there. But we'll see what it does. Let's go ahead and make this taller so we can bring it down. That's better. Alright, so now I'm going to copy this, Alt, click and drag, and then rotate it around. Now I'm going to click on this one, hold down Shift, click on my face, keep holding down Shift, click on my other ear, and we're going to use the Pathfinder tool up here. It says Create Compound Shape. In Illustrator, it's the Pathfinder tool. Click that, boom, we have a face. If we want to come in and adjust it, we can still with our direct select. Like I might come in and adjust these points if I were fine-tuning it. Your character. It's up to you what you do. Now let's make the insides of his ears. Let me rotate this to mirror that. All right. With the ellipse tool, then I'm going to hold down Alt again and copy it. And we can try to use our transform tools if we want to rotate. Let's see, he needs to go 90 degrees. 90 degrees is too much, isn't it? So let's undo that. And what if we just transform it 45 degrees? Not quite enough, is it? Interesting how it's an odd angle there. There we go. And perfection's overrated. If I were doing this for a character design, I would probably be more careful about getting them exact. But, you know, for this. So we can change our fill now here on the background that we've got to something. Too pink. This slider is going to be the death of me. So, not thrilled with the background color, but that's okay. So you get the idea. We just use shapes, put them together to create a character. You're using the shape tool, the selection tools, the pointer and the subselect, manipulating the anchor points when you're using that subselect tool. You're manipulating those anchor points. And when we click on one, we can change them. And that's pretty much it. Deciding what color, what fills, how you want to do it. This project is something I do to help my students learn that they don't have to be an incredible illustrator on paper to be able to make something fun and cute. His ears are just way too small for his body. It's killing me. But anyway, it's up to you what you do with it. It gives you a little dip in the water, dip your toe in with how to create. And see, I can still go in and change all these, even though I joined them with Pathfinder, which is something that you can't really do in Illustrator as easily. It's kind of nice. But anyway, there you go. Basic introduction to Gravit and how to create a character out of shapes.